Good to go?
Good? Yeah. Okay. Hello. My name is Ervin, and today I got a presentation that I aim to be educational.
Are you wearing a mic?
Yeah, what?
Are you wearing a mic?
I'm not actually.
What's wrong? Heckle or no heckle?
Soft heckle.
No heckle.
You're allowed to heckle, no one else.
Okay. I won't heckle you.
Alright, I'm gonna start over. Okay. Ready, Dylan?
Yeah.
Okay, my name is Ervin. Today I've got a presentation that I aim to be educational. I'll be taking you guys in a little journey, and my hope is by the end you'll be able to take something away that you could apply to your everyday lives. But first, let's use our imagination. I want everyone to close their eyes. Picture your next big purchase, something potentially life-changing. An item that could help you learn and grow, an application that can get you through the hot times and the cold times, a door to limitless possibilities, or depending on the time of day, nothing at all. You can open your eyes now. Sophia, what do you think it is? No, it's not that.
Wait, what?
It's a fridge. So, yes, the fridge. The kitchen appliance that never turns off. It stores your leftovers from dinner, your lunch for tomorrow, and the ingredients you are going to use for the week. So today, in this presentation, I'll be going over a brief history of the fridge, or prior to the fridge, the creation of the fridge, layout and proper usage, improper usage, and example fridges, and rating them. Part 1, brief history of the fridge. Before electricity was made or created, people had to get ice through the mountains, which would be transported and shipped. In fact, there was an entire ice trade. There it is. During the early 19th century. These individuals were called icemen, and their sole job was to cut, pack, and ship ice to retailers across the globe. A comedy film was even made about these icemen in the 1900s. Unlike today, ice does not discriminate. So, women also worked with ice during these times, and these women were appropriately called ice women. Now that we know where ice is collected, we can move on to where they were stored. So, before the refrigerator was created, we had something called an ice box. Looks a little bit like this. These are typically made with wood. They're lined with tin and zinc, and were heavily insulated with materials such as cork and straw. Prior to this, we had ice houses. This one's particularly from England. As you can see, it is built a little bit underground as it is colder below the ground. Even further back than these ice houses, we had something called a yakchal. And so these, yakchal stands for, yak stands for ice, chal stands for pit. These were made around 400 BC by Persian engineers using materials such as clay, sand, egg whites, and like limes in a very specific mixture to create these massive structures. These yakchals are located in the desert and are able to stay cold year-round. This is how it looks inside the yakchal. And this is how it would look if you split it in half. So basically the science of this building is that hot air rises through this canonically shaped vent, and then cold air goes in through this vent, which replaces the hot air, effectively making an ancient air-conditioned room. This wall right here shades this shallow pond, and this pond freezes over at nighttime. In the morning, they put the ice back inside to, restart the air conditioning room. Okay, so part 2. Oops. Onto the layout and proper usage of a fridge. So, most fridges has 3 shelves, crisper doors, and the fridge door. More high-end and luxury fridges typically have more than 3 shelves, 2 doors, water dispenser, and a 24-inch touchscreen TV outside. But because probably no one really has that, we're just going to go over with a normal fridge. First shelf. Top shelf, this is the ready-to-eat zone. Has the most stable temperature, but it's not the coldest. Best suitable for leftovers drinks such as water and prepared meals. Middle shelves. I call it the dairy and staple zone. They stay consistently cold and are perfect for sensitive foods that need stable temperatures that are colder than the top shelves. Stuff like yogurt, butter, cheese, cream, and milk goes here. Bottom shelves or shelves. This is the coldest area. As mentioned before, cold air sinks, so it's only natural for this to be the coldest place in the fridge. Best for raw meat, poultry, and fish. This way, if proteins ever leak, they're already at the bottom and it won't contaminate. You know what I mean? Like the rest of the fridge, and that'd be bad. Crisper drawers, designed for fruits and vegetables, often with humidity control. So you would want veggies in one drawer and fruits in the other. Most fridges have a switch to adjust which one is which. The difference is high humidity drawers is best for veggies like leafy greens, carrots, and cucumbers. And then a low humidity drawer is for fruits, so like apples, grapes, and pears. And then now the fridge door. So fridge door is the warmest area. This area changes temperatures quite often because whenever you open the fridge, it kind of disconnects from the cooling system. And you would want to put more stable preserved items such as condiments, sauces, pickles, and juice. So general usage habits. Ideal temperature of a fridge is around 37 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Don't overcrowd your fridge because airflow is very important. A packed fridge warms unevenly, causing some food to spoil faster than others. Do your best to label everything, otherwise that container in the back that's not labeled, you just forget what it is and it spoils. Wipe spills as soon as possible because if you spill something, it might emit a really foul odor. Once that odor is in your fridge, it's really difficult to take it out. And lastly, when you have a power outage, do not open your fridge unless you're trying to get water because everything will spoil there and you don't know how long your power will be gone. Okay, so part 3, improper usage. There are some foods that are not supposed to be or not required to be in the fridge. Tomatoes. The texture can become mealy and lose flavor. It just does it will start to feel grainy or sandy. This is caused by the cold temperatures stopping the enzymes responsible for ripening the tomato. But if you're planning to cook tomato, it doesn't matter if you refrigerate it. If you're putting in a burger, so like raw, I do recommend to keep it out in the pantry. Melon, same thing. Just if it's cut, put it in the fridge. If it's not cut, leave it out. Potatoes, they become really grainy and a little bit sweeter than you expect them to be. Onions, they actually become moldy inside and you wouldn't know because there's a lot of moisture in the fridge. Bananas are tropical fruits, so we would want them outside of the fridge. Funny thing about bananas is they do kind of last a bit longer in the fridge, but the skin, the enzymes that breaks down the skin that makes it turn brown will accelerate inside the fridge. So you'll see a brown banana that probably looks really terrible, but inside it's good. But if it's brown, you wouldn't want to eat it, right? Garlic, same thing with the onions. Just make sure it's not in the fridge or they're going to mold inside. Bread, so a little controversial. If it's fresh bread, leave it in the pantry. If it's about to go bad, put it in the fridge. It'll become stale, but at least you have bread for the next day. Soy sauce. Anyone put soy sauce in the fridge? I know you do. No? Okay. Andy, do you put soy sauce in the fridge?
Yeah.
It's okay. Bell peppers.
I put everything in the fridge. Like you mentioned, nothing ever goes bad.
Bell peppers. You just kind of lose crunch if you leave it in the fridge. I don't know.
Also put that in the fridge.
Okay. Honey clumps up and becomes hard if you leave it in the fridge. Hi.
Oyster sauce.
Fridge. Well, you can leave it out, but particularly you want to.
I wasn't sure. I was scared if I had to put it in or not.
Okay.
It said refrigerated.
Ideal, if it's salted, if there's soy sauce, a lot of salt, right? And it's a preservative. You'd ideally could keep it in the fridge, but if you feel safer and you don't have a strong stomach, you could leave it in the fridge. So I had some volunteers who gave me some fridges. I won't name any of them, but I'm very happy that you guys trust me with a picture of your fridge. Fridge 1. So let's start off with the front. It looks like there's some tape here. I'm not sure what happened. I don't know, maybe, yeah, I'm gonna move. I don't know the story, but maybe it was a little heavy and it's breaking. There are some concerns that there's some cooling leaks, but they're still using it, so it's good for them. Okay, so it looks like the eggs are in an okay spot. Ideally, we would want to be up here because it's a dairy zone. There's also some eggs here. Bread here. Maybe they are like, maybe they have a lot of bread and they didn't finish it. But ideally, if you have a lot of bread, you put it in the freezer because they defrost a lot better. Fruits are good. I think these are mangoes. You would want to put it in one of the drawers. It does look like this is set for the vegetable zone. So this is the fruit zone. This looks like a salad, so we want to move it up here. Cheesecake up there on the first shelf. You could put your condiments here, but they really don't need to be this cold. Shit, we have a lot of eggs here, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 eggs. I'm guessing this is hard-boiled eggs. I'm starting to think this is more of a roommate situation, because who the hell eats all these eggs, and no one here is big enough to eat all these eggs?
Delon could. Maybe it's Delon's food.
Maybe it's Dylan's fridge. Yeah, you're right. Some some concerns is that the eggs has to be lower as they do spoil faster. At least United States eggs do. There is some meat there. I'm a little concerned about the meat leaking. We would ideally want it to be all the way in the bottom, just as the safest there.
Yeah, like I think the person on the bottom shelf put it all the way in the back. It's hard to tell, but I think I see it.
Yeah, you think so? Yeah, these are really good. I do see some drinks here. Ideal place. You could put it in the bottom as well or the top. It doesn't really matter. Shit, we have more eggs here. I'm starting to think this is more of actually a roommate situation. Obviously, we don't want eggs in the doorway because the temperature fluctuates. Everything else looks pretty good. You could move this over here, but it doesn't look like it's gonna fit. It is a creamer, so it does have a lot of sugar, so it's probably fine there. Yeah, so B-. Fridge 2. Okay, so this fridge looks pretty good. There's some cat food and water here. Cat food is technically a prepared food, so that's perfectly fine. Interesting choice to put chewy bars in the fridge because they're already preserved and have a lot of sugar. Yes, Houdini?
I noticed they only have 1 carton of eggs.
No, they will.
That's atypical, correct?
Is that atypical? Depends on the person.
Actually, I think my eyes are pretty good. I think they have like a pallet of eggs.
Oh,
Yeah.
the back.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 times 6. Lots of eggs.
It's like from my eyes, it looks like a 6x6 pallet, and there's 2 stacks.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
there's 2. Yeah.
Is this your fridge?
No, I'm just seeing. I have really good eyes.
Yeah, you are closer to the screen,
I am
so
closer to the
yeah, might be an advantage.
Almost as many eggs as Delon.
So good placement for the butter. This is usually a place where you put like cured stuff. I do see some dried meats, and I think that's cheese, which is great. Prepared foods typically go up, but I see there's no space up there. I can't see the rest of anything here. Oh, there is some meat here, some sausages, I think. You could leave it there, just make sure the humidity is in like a neutral zone. Okay, so looks pretty good. All the condiments are there, nothing concerning. There are eggs here, so I wonder why these eggs are here and those eggs are not here. Yeah. So A- maybe, yeah. Fridge 3. This is definitely a family fridge. They don't really cook often. Lots of prepared foods. All prepared foods really. There's like a carrot there, which is good for vegetable drawers. Citrus could go outside, but if they're about to go bad, they do dry out a little bit in the fridge since like it just freezes it over. Concerning, it's gonna tip over. You know, this fridge does not have eggs. Can I reveal whose fridge is this?
Whoever made this knows about meal prepping and made eggs stuff already.
Oh, okay.
Those meals that you see there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably a good cook too.
The eggs are already in the meal prep meal.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
They're smart and know
That's
how
an
to-
egg man.
They're probably really handsome too.
Yeah, tall. And that's
Tall.
because of the egg protein.
They're efficient.
Yeah, so I think the organization is fine, just the lack of content puts the grade a little bit down.
I think you just can't see it from the lids. But there's a lot of
Oh, so there's eggs in these lids.
prep eggs. Like,
Cracked eggs, okay.
Oh, and so they're so tall. That's why it's all dark, as they blocked out the light.
Okay.
A really large body blocked all the light in the room.
C plus. So fridge number 4. This seems to be a bachelor's fridge. Oat milk, bread. If you have this much bread, just put it in the freezer because they'll get really stale inside. They defrost better. I'm not looking at the person who owns the fridge. Eggs should be in down here. Normal amount of eggs for one person, which is great. Oat milk, good placement. Lots of prepared foods. Looks like you guys ran out of space, which is fine. You can put it down. More bread here. Drinks are fine. I think these are kumquats. You should ideally put it over here. No big issues. Seems like an actual person lives here. Great. Okay, we already know who this is. No big.
You caught me on a restock. Usually there's like 4 times the alcohol in that fridge. You caught me on the restock.
Okay, so no concerning things. This is a choice, a very interesting choice, but you know the guy's not Asian, so it's chill. No big issues with the door.
I've had that soy sauce for 6 years. I have to use it.
It's concerning. A minus. Last fridge, fridge 5. This is one of these skinny fridges, but they're quite long. I'm not sure what's happening here. Organization is not really existent. We have water here, water here, water here. Good placement in the yogurts and the creams and stuff, but that's pretty much it. Oh, there are some avocados here. I don't know why you would put it all the way in the top because they could just fall down. Maybe it's a tall family. I'm not too sure.
I think the owner of the fridge doesn't like avocados.
You would think so, right? But there's 4 there. 1, 2, 3. Milk should go down here, but it is a creamer. I can't really see what this is, but it looks like a bunch of sauces. More drinks here. This is a prepared food. Oh, you could actually kind of see a piece of meat here, which is good because it's it's in the bottom fridge, but it's kind of tipped over, so I do worry about leakage. I can't see what anything here. Actually, you could kind of tell. Those look like drinks, so more drinks. Very, very hydration-forward family or person. Yeah, no produce aside from the avocados to be seen. Okay, looks pretty good. Everyone seems like they know what they're doing with the door. All preserved items, condiments, and sauces. There's a matcha thing there, so whoever owns this fridge, you'd ideally want to put matcha down here. In the coldest area, matcha stores better in colder areas. Some products here, which is fine. I don't know much about them, but if they decided to refrigerate, I guess refrigerate them. Overall, I think it's kind of not really giving good scores. So I think I'm gonna give this a C. Ooh. C for complete. That is my end of my presentation. Thank you. Yes.
I have 2 questions.
Yes.
One, how does the crisper drawer work with the humidity? How does it affect
So
the
high humidity, you would want vegetables in there.
fridge?
So
How does it do it?
I'm not too sure actually. It depends. It's a per fridge basis.
Because this looks like a plastic slider.
I didn't know it was actually like a thing you do.
Yeah, I didn't know either until I did some research. But there's like icons in there, right? So it would make sense.
I do put like my fruits and vegetables in there, but I just didn't actually know it did anything different.
It's good to know. Does anyone use their fridge correctly? How does everyone else think they scored on their fridge?
I just want to.
No, that was your shitty friend.
I did pretty good.
Ervin, I just want to say all those things that you said go bad in the fridge. I put all of them in the fridge. Haven't had a single problem. I don't know.
Well, you got an A minus.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like no, when he was talking about like onions and like bell peppers and like all the fruits and stuff, I put all that in the fridge. Never goes bad.
But if you say it could be better.
Yeah, it could be prolonged in the
Soy
fridge.
sauce.
But I get all that soy sauce away out of me. I don't even like soy sauce. I don't know why. I think my dad bought it for me for some odd reason, and when I moved into the apartment, and it just been there for like I don't know since 2019.
Oh my god.
I need to throw it away, but I haven't. I don't like it. I don't know. It's too salty.
Yes, Adini.
It really is.
Why didn't you include like a photo of your own fridge? It's like a perfect example of
Because my fridge is not a perfect example.
What?
My fridge, I would grade my fridge a solid B.
Imagine having a
Yeah.
perfect bowl of rice and then you ruin it.
Yes. Yes, Andrew.
I don't know if you went over it, but I think you missed the most important one. Where do you put the beer?
You could put the beer on the top or in the middle shelf. Wherever it fits. It depends on your fridge. Yes.
Well, Trevor had my version of
All right. Thank you, everyone. That was my plan. You're not